they can, give us answers in writing for that, that would be great. Senator Wicker.
Thank you very much. Let me ask about air quality. Mr. Lauder, in your testimony, you say, we continue to electrostatically spray our aircraft interiors with high-grade disinfectant and use HEPA air filters to remove 99.99% of airborne particles on board. Is this new, or were those HEPA filters there all along?
Thank you, Senator, for that question. Those are HEPA filters that are part of an aircraft circulation system, and I would assume that all modern airliners have those same systems.
Okay, so they were there to start with.
That is correct. But
and you have partnered, I believe, with Mayo Clinic.
That is correct.
Perhaps other airlines did something similar with the top experts in the world on healthcare. What do they tell you about the quality of air with respect to the virus as compared to, say, a theater, a church, a concert hall, perhaps a hearing room? What do they tell you?
Senator, you're right. We did partner with some science experts such as the Mayo Clinic. And part of the discussion on the HEPA filters on board the aircraft was to understand what that air turnover rate was and how the air quality on board the aircraft would compare to other facilities. And I can't speak to this room or any theater, but I think we all generally agree now that the cycle of the way air turns over in a pressurized air cabin and the filtration system is superior to many indoor spaces that you can be.
Okay, who else from the airline industry would like to speak to that? Mr. Kirby?
Yeah,
United.
thanks. Thanks for the question, Senator. And at United, we partnered with the Cleveland Clinic as our expert partner, but we also partnered with DARPA and the Department of Defense back in May of last year. There was a great story about why is United Airlines airplanes flying circles out over the Atlantic Ocean, and it was because the Department of Defense was testing the airflow on airplanes. And the conclusion of that is that effectively anywhere that you're going to be indoors, the airplane is the safest place that you can be indoors. It's because of the air filtration.
Safer than a theater, safer than a church.
Far safer than a theater. Safer actually than an intensive care unit, because we have HEPA grade filters, but we filter the air 20 to 30 times an hour, and a typical ICU is 2 to 3 times an hour. Aircraft are a remarkably safe environment. The takeaway that I remember most is that being next to someone on an airplane, sitting next to them, is the equivalent of being 15 feet away from them in a typical building.
Now, let me ask you this, Mr. Kirby. Do you think your airline's better than Mr. Lauder's, Mr. Kelly's, and Mr. Parker's?
Well, of course I do. I think we've all done the same thing for safety.
Let me, Mr. Kelly, on the air quality, and Mr. Parker, would both of you briefly comment on that? And will we ever, do you think, be able to get on an airplane without masks?
Well, again, I would echo my colleagues' comments on the quality of the air. It's the statistics I recall is 99.97% of airborne pathogens are captured by the HEPA filtering system, and it's turned over every 2 or 3 minutes. We use UT Southwestern and Stanford School of Medicine, so we just add to this prestigious list. But yeah, I think the case is very strong that masks don't add much, if anything, in the air cabin environment. It's very safe and very high quality compared to any other indoor setting.
Mr. Parker?
I concur. The aircraft is the safest place you can be. It's true of all of our aircraft. They all have these HEPA filters and the same airflow.
Okay, Ms. Nelson, will we ever be able not to wear masks in them?
I think that that's probably for the medical community to decide rather than me. But what I will add is that the studies that were done that have been referenced were also done with mannequins who were sitting straight forward with masks on, not removing them, not eating at any point in time. So it is important to recognize that the safe, controlled environment on the plane is a layered safety protocol, which includes the sanitation of the aircraft, it includes the service procedures, it includes the HEPA filtration that are not on all aircraft, by the way, and it includes everyone wearing the masks.
So the filtration system is different from airline to airline, or from aircraft?
From aircraft to aircraft. So not all aircraft have the HEPA filtration.
Older planes may not.
The flights that you take to Mississippi, for example.
They're the best.
They're the best,
That's-
they're the
Mr.
best.
Kelly, that's what you told me.
But
On your Southwest
Mr.
flights.
Lauder.
okay, on your Southwest flights, I don't want to get in the middle of that. But what I will tell you is we absolutely look forward to the day that we no longer have the mask requirement. And we are simply trying to get through this pandemic and have had to enforce this to keep everyone safe. Not everyone on our planes have had access to the vaccine yet either.
Thank you, ma'am, and thank you, Madam Chair.
Yep, Senator Schatz.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you, Ranking Member. Thank you to all of you for being here. Really appreciate it. And we've all come through difficult times. We're probably not quite done with all.